Voice of the Sea, learning from experts across the ocean.
Welcome to Voice of the Sea. In this episode of Voice of the Sea, traditional voyaging canoe builder and sailor, Tim Gilliom. Tim is a crew member on the Hokulea and sailed with Maui.
Thanks so much for letting me come and check out your voyaging canoe. Where do we go inside? And
Sure, let me show you around.
all right.
This is one of our catwalks. It's going to go on both. There'll be one on each side of the canoe. This we're standing on when you're adjusting the rig, and actually using the bathroom on the back of that. I'll show you about that a little more.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So this is our canoe, Mo'okiha Opi'ilani.
Can you say that one more time?
Mo'okiha Opi'ilani.
Mo'okiha.
Mo'okiha is a sacred lizard. Mo'o is a lizard. And Opi'ilani was the chief, a very fierce chief over here. And this is his legacy, I would guess you could say. And she's 62 feet long. We just got most of the front pieces all lashed down.
Wow.
And that's the front spreader. Those catwalks I just showed you go out on here.
Oh, so the catwalk goes on the outside?
Yeah, it's on the outside, and then the rigging, all these rigging holes here, go where the donuts go up to the mast.
And is this still a yako?
Yeah. These are all yakos. Got 8 yakos, and then the front is a spreader, and actually the deck goes into it, so it's pretty strong. We just got the polykai up there last month and got that all lashed down. And
how do you even start? There's not a mold for this size canoe, is there?
This is cold molded. It was the hulls were previously built, and all of us helped finish it. So it was actually started upside down.
Oh, wow.
I have pictures in there I can show you. The stringers and the keel was set, and then the strip planked it, bent it, and then it was glassed, and we actually added another cloth to it, and we vacuum sealed it, so she's pretty strong.
Do you have any idea how much it weighs?
I think roughly, we actually weighed it we had one of those big scales, and we weighed the hulls before we had the mo'os and the manus weren't on yet. So just the hull itself, when we were vacuum sealing it, we got the scale underneath and weighed just that. So we'd have to add everything on. But I think roughly 3,000 pounds.
Wow.
There were 2,000 a side. That was without everything else on it. So we figured maybe 3,000, maybe a little bit more.
And how will you move it then down to the water when it weighs over 3,000?
We're gonna, because the front manu's clear and the back manu's, they go up real high in the rafters. We're probably gonna have to cut the back one, and we're gonna cocky it. Once we get this all lashed on, should be pretty tight. We'll be able to spin it. We're not going out that way because there's too much stuff to cut. So we're gonna cocky it and go out the sideways. Put a trailer underneath it and try to go out the sideways.
So you cut the building to free the boat?
Not really. Just cut the last rafter, and we'll turn the okole that way, and then we'll bring the trailer underneath it, jack it down, get it on the trailer. We might have to take out the one beam over there temporarily, and then when we get it out, we'll put it back. That'll be the easier part compared to what we've gone through.
How long have you been working on it?
I've been here about 12 years, on and off, you know. We're getting pretty close to getting her out of the building. We're almost running out of things to do. We have all the pieces, all the parts. We have the main and the mizzen. We still need to get a few. We still need to get some sails, some jibs and stuff. But soon we still need to get we're gonna order a canvas, have a canvas made. And then the last thing will non-skid the deck. But these are all our boxes. And we have all the nets that should be done probably within the next week or two. That'd be fun putting the net, the big net goes in the back and one goes up here. We're still building the rail back here, and the long rails, we're tuning them up, finishing those. Those are almost done. So it's getting pretty close.
And how many people will ride on the?
I think roughly about 14. 14 is a good number. Inner island, you can put a little bit more people, but the majority of the weight is the water and the food and the people, so you have to have that all figured in.
And you carry all your water and your food with you?
Yeah, all our water and all that stuff will go down in the hole, down in here.
Oh, wow.
And this is all finished painted, and all our deck boards, we just were in here cleaning and wiping it all out. So all these boards lay flat, and you put all your water and food.
And each one's a separate compartment?
Yeah, they're all compartmentized. Under each yako is a bulkhead, and underneath the vai, and then you have the bulkhead. So it's pretty strong.
And is that to give it strength, or is that in case it got a puka or a hole in it?
For both, yeah.
What would happen if you were at sea and you got a hole?
It would just fill just this compartment, and you'd have to just deal with this compartment instead of the whole hull. And then the back manus that go up, those are all watertight bulkheads. So if you have to, you can get in, but normally it's just, tight bulkhead, air dry, water compartment.
And so when the boats, or when the canoe is going, where would the crew hang out?
Probably mostly up on the deck, and the guys who are off watch sleeping. And there'll be a rail that goes right behind your head all the way down that way, and that's the main where everyone leans on, and then most of the people are always hanging in the back. There'll be the steering blade that goes through the middle here, and 2 side sweeps. But the majority of the time, you're cooking up there, there's people up there doing the cooking, and then everyone hangs in the back usually.
What kind of food do you eat?
Whatever you want. But we take a lot of canned food, canned fruits, canned chicken, a lot of tuna and crackers, easy stuff. And then we have like meals, like a breakfast, lunch, and a dinner that'll be stowed in a separate sealed, day 1, day 2, day 3. And then when you catch fish, then you have that much more food in the end. So it's good to catch a lot of fish.
Do you feel hungry out there?
Yeah, you're always hungry. That's the best part of the day. So you have to have a good cook.
What got you into boat building?
Well, I wasn't really a boat builder. I was more a fisherman and sail. I sailed a little bit with the mo'oleli out there. I'll show you in a little while. I learned to sail on that canoe, but when I was younger, I used to fish, and I was down in the boatyard and stuff. So when this project came to me, and I started getting this into where it is now, it just happened. It was kind of natural. Glassing and all that kind of stuff I've grown up doing.
So these voyaging canoes, they have a long cultural history, and but they're made now with modern materials. And how do you combine that technology and culture together?
Well, I think it lasts a lot longer with the way we do it now, with the materials we use now, where like all of this would be all coconut sennit, and it's strong. Coconut sennit's strong, but this just lasts a lot longer and doesn't break down with the weather and the sun. The sun is really harsh, and the salt is real harsh, so it'll just disintegrate most things. So these lines, if you do it right and you take care of them, like I said, there'll be a canvas over here, so it'll be out of the sun, and it actually it'll last 3 or 4 years.
And what's your vision for them all?
Well, it'll be like a teaching tool, like our little one there. We're always looking for more people, but we have a few captains we're training right now. A girl. We have one of our younger girls, Kala Babayan. She just got her license. We got a sponsor for her to get a free license. So, a couple of younger boys are trying to step up, and it'll be like a floating classroom. And
how do you teach somebody to sail a 62-foot double hull?
well, you start on the littler ones, and you work your way up to the bigger ones. Work your confidence and your everything else, your knowledge, and then when you get to this point, it's kind of overwhelming, but you got to go out and do it a bunch, and then you get the hang of it. When they cut you loose with it, it's a big day.
I bet. What are some of the things that you need to learn?
How to care for it, and I think you always have to have an escape plan. You can't have everything all in one bowl. You always have to have a backup plan in case the first one, something goes wrong. You want to be able to always have an escape route, whether it's out in the open or in a harbor, or there's no engine, so it's a lot different than just turning the key and spinning the wheel and going where you want to go.
As a floating classroom, what do you think the kids get out of the experience of being on this canoe?
It's a lot of everything. It's math, science, culture. It's a little bit of all of that. I'd rather have done this and go to school.
What have you taken, like what piece of it is inside of you from the 12 years that you've spent here?
Just learning how to care for it. If you're out there and it breaks, you want to know how to fix it. You can't go pull in somewhere and have them fix it for you. So you have to have a lot of the, knowledge to what to do.
And is it something you could do alone?
Some, I guess, yeah. You just need to know what to do and what not to do. It's not like you can just jump off it and walk home, you know what I mean? Or catch a ride home. You gotta have to have a serious plan, and safety, that's always first.
Oh yeah, speaking of safety, what kinds of safety equipment do you bring with you?
We'll have a doctor and or nurse, and you usually have a captain, navigator, a couple watch captains, and a good crew. Your crew's got to be real seasoned and real on it. We'll probably sail around Hawaii before we go any further, and do a good 1-year training. We all can't wait to get it in the water. We have a good crew. We're always looking for more, though.
What qualifications would you need to have to be a crew member?
I know I was taught the crew selection starts at dry dock. So you got to come down and work. And then you need to do the water safety, swim test. We do the swim test every year, even though you've done it. You just keep doing it. And then we have radios. We have a man overboard pole. It's not on yet, but we'll have a life ring. We'll have strobe lights, and we'll probably have an escort boat not too far behind. And then you just constantly going through the safety almost every time you go out on it, And a lot of simulations, man overboard. You can't do that enough.
Do you enjoy it? Are you scared out there?
No, it's fun. I love it. I love to get out and get away from all of the cell phones and clocks and all the land drama. This is our back heiau. It's a mast step for the mizzen, and the front one, the main is up there. I'll show you. But the mast actually goes in this little box here, and then the spar would go here. And these horns here on the side kind of things, they're for like if you don't have a boom and you have a loose foot, you'll have your line that comes off the back and you run it in when you have tricing lines that that actually close the sail like this. You take the line and you run it into here, and it just pinches the whole thing and holds it here so you can close it and deal with it. It's called a Bronco line, actually. And then these are our battery boxes that we haven't had. Our solar panels will go in the back. We're still making those pieces. These are our solar panels. So these are real sweet. And there is 4 of them. So they'll go on the back of the canoe, but the batteries go in here. The propane goes in here, and this is our stove right here.
Oh, cool.
We still got the rafters in the way, so you gotta watch out. So our stove goes in here, and when you close it, you can still operate it down here. The burners don't want to burn the rice. And then this is our pots and pans box. So pretty much whatever fits in here goes, whatever don't fit in here don't go.
Wow.
So you're pretty limited. Everything is all limited with the weight and the size. And this is one of our radios. This is our VHF. So this is pretty much only good for line of sight. So if they're 20 miles away, this won't work. So this would be pretty much just to the escort boat, and or if you're like on land and someone's on the canoe, you can have a handheld. This is a lot of our lights and some stuff we haven't hooked up yet. Well, this is Mo'olele. Don't stick your hands in it, she's all itchy. So she was built the same year Hokulea was built.
Oh, wow.
Within a month. And that's another lizard, Mo'olele. That means leaping lizard. Lele is like to jump or to leap. And so that's her mast and her mast step. Recently we made this and put this on here.
Oh, sick.
So we run a small jib on here, where normally we never did. And so you just got the crab claw, and this thing was really hard to, pretty much it's pretty hard to sail this canoe because you got 2 guys steering on each side, yeah? There's no center sweep.
So they have to be in sync.
Yeah, when one's down, the other one's not. So it's back and forth. And if you do it right, you don't want it going like this. You want it kind of just be going smooth. So then once we put the jib on here, now it's Cadillac. Now it steers so easy. It tracks a lot better to.
What's a jib?
A front sail, forestay. Yeah, so like I said, you're sailing on this, you're sitting in this chair, there's nowhere to lay down, there's no, there's nowhere to, it's only sit
So
or
this would
stand.
be a sailing canoe as opposed to the voyaging canoe.
Well, they're both sailing canoes, this is like more coastal. We did sail it to Oahu 3 times, but not very often.
And with this, you could sit and paddle if you
Yeah,
needed.
you sit in here and it's got the canvas sits in here. So you're sitting here and it zips up around here. So not if, but when the wave hits, the water goes out. And then you're paddling. And then once you get outside the reef, you stow the paddles and then open the sail and away we go. And this is the pump. There's usually somebody pumping most of the way. You're constantly pumping. You got a couple pumps, you got a man overboard, and you can't really, there's not a lot of gear you put on here. A little bit of safety gear and some water, and that's about it. Just to perpetuate the culture, to give back what I've learned, so it's not all forgotten. That's why everybody that taught me has done it, and that's their story, that's my story as well. I learned to sail on this little canoe here, and the people that taught me aren't here anymore. So now it's my turn to do the same.
You love being out on the ocean?
I love to be on the water. I hate to be on the land. It's just less drama out there and more of the unknown. You don't know what's going to happen every day. I like that. And it's just, that's what the ancestors did. We sail on the same pathways or roads as they did, and it's kind of cool to do it in a different time, I guess, with different materials, but it's the same, you know. And it's just I like to see more younger people do that, because if you don't know where you came from, you won't know where you're going.
What about the people that you sail with? You must be like a family.
Yeah, it's like even when, you know, new people, they get on the canoe and you go and you sail for like a long voyage, you're like you just met them and stuff. They're like friends and stuff, but then when you get off, you're like family. You know, because they gotta watch over you, you gotta watch over them. So it's more of you get pretty tight bond. You gotta go through a lot of training before you get chose to go. And the more you know and the more things you can do, the more valuable you are.
Is it all about strength? Like, I'm standing here, I'm so much shorter, I'm so much smaller than you.
Yeah, girls are good crew because they're a lot cleaner. They are. Most of the ones I've sailed with, they're pretty clean. They can do more. You know, they can cook. They can, you know, they're just all around.
It's not just about being the biggest.
Yeah, it's not the strongest and the toughest. It's you know, dynamite comes in a small package.
How long did it take you to go from Maui to Oahu?
We went to Oahu, I think it was about, that was last year. I think it was 9 hours, 8.5 hours going over, and I think it was 16.5 coming back, so.
Longer upwind.
Yeah. Yeah, it gets pretty brutal. Because there's, like I said, there's no shade, you know, you're coming back. And then, you know, the waves are breaking. Basically, that front seat, we zip it up and we put all the anchors in there and we zip it up so no one sits there. Because unless you got a mask and snorkel on, that's a bad place to sit because you're in the water. But she's fast. She's a good little canoe. And we just got this new building for her. We're pretty happy about that. Keeps her, because, you know, you get through redoing her and it's just, it peels. The sun over here is so harsh. It's you get through from one end, you get to the other end, and you're done. It's time to start all over again. See how the sun just peels it off? So it's constant maintenance, these canoes. It's always something to do. It's like a boat.
The University of Hawaii Sea Grant College Program, helping coastal communities of Hawaii and the Pacific through research, education, and outreach. Serving the community from elementary to graduate students. Hawaii Sea Grant.
Exploring Our Fluid Earth is the dynamic curriculum developed by the University of Hawaii's Curriculum Research and Development Group. The award-winning Fluid Earth and Living Ocean textbooks are now interactive and online. New activities, updated content, and a teacher community. Exploring Our Fluid Earth is now freely available. Find out more at exploringourfluidearth.org.
Turn your love of the ocean into a lifelong career. Join NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, as we unlock the secrets in the deep oceans, track rapidly moving storms, model climate trends, protect and preserve our marine resources, and so much more. It's all in a day's work at NOAA. Find a career that makes a world of difference, enriching life through science, service, and stewardship. NOAA.
The Curriculum Research and Development Group in the College of Education at the University of Hawaii at Manoa. CRDG's training roots go back over 40 years. Through professional development programs, curriculum workshops, research on teaching methodology, individualized school and district training, and so much more. The Curriculum Research and Development Group, Improving Schools, Improving Education. CRDG.
Healthy oceans are critical to our cultural, economic, and environmental sustainability in Hawaii. The ocean serves as a source of water, food, medicine, jobs, transportation, recreation, and energy. It controls climate and weather. Kosi Island Earth aims to share this ocean awareness by partnering with local scientists and educators to engage communities and schools in active science learning for an ocean-literate population. Kosi Island Earth is working to establish new avenues for connecting research scientists with educators and communities. Kosi Island Earth is enhancing the science and ocean literacy of our island residents and visitors. Kosi Island Earth is connecting scientific research, traditional knowledge, and ocean policy. Kosi Island Earth, bringing together university, government, research, and community partners to improve science education and ocean stewardship in Hawaii.